So I want to share a concept with you that's going to hopefully change the way that you think about hiring. So let's start with a story first. If you've ever tried to hire someone or you know a business owner that's tried to hire, this might sound familiar. So you're working super hard, you're trying to grow your business, you want to be able to hire someone, but you don't feel confident that you have enough work to keep someone else busy yet. So you keep working until you feel like you're too busy to handle it on your own. Once you get to that point, you think to yourself, okay, now it's time to finally hire someone. But there's one huge problem we've created now. You're too busy to go find the right person. And so now one of two things happen. Either you continue to overwork yourself until you burn out and you never hire someone and you get stuck in this hole of always doing everything. And in reality, you've actually created a job rather than a business. The other option that happens is you frantically try to hire someone, you don't follow the right process, and so you hire the wrong person or you don't train them correctly. You throw them in to try to do the work because you're so busy and stressed, and they fall flat on their face. They don't know what they're doing. They don't have proper training or onboarding. Either they quit, you fire them. Either way, they're frustrated, you're frustrated, and you promise yourself that you're never going to hire someone again. This is unfortunately how it goes for most business owners. So the concept we're going to talk about today is going to change this so you never have to deal with that situation again. So here's the mindset flip that'll change the way you think about hiring. I want you to always be hiring. Whether you just started your business a month ago or you're 10 years in, you just hired a new person and you don't think you're going to be ready for more growth until the next 6 months to a year. And when I say always be hiring, that doesn't mean you should always hire someone, but what it means is we should always be on the lookout for potential people and be filling up our hiring pipeline. I like to have a 3-step interview process, and whether I need to hire someone tomorrow or in 6 months from now, I'll always go through that first step when I have a qualified applicant come through. The reason being is if I get into a pickle, let's say someone quits out of nowhere, or let's say we see some explosive growth and I need to hire sooner than I thought, I've already got someone that I've had that initial interview with, and I can continue the interview process with them rather than trying to post a job listing, wait for candidates to come through, screen through all the candidates, and cross my fingers that I've picked the best one. The fact is, most growing businesses fail because they don't have the right people on their team. And that's typically because they didn't have time to go through the interview process correctly, to filter through all the candidates to find the best person for the job. So if you start that process now before you're super busy, you'll already have a couple key people in your pipeline. So that way, when it's time to hire, you've got a small pool of potential qualified candidates that you can pick from. So the next thing we need to focus on here is when exactly to hire this person. It doesn't matter if you have a great pool of people if you still wait until you're way too busy to hire those people, because you still have to go through the training process once you get them on board. So I like to hire when I'm at around 70 to 80% capacity. I know that scares a lot of people, but here's the 2 reasons why I like to hire a little earlier. Number 1 is it creates a lot of healthy pressure for you as a business owner. I'm a huge sports fan, and I love seeing when a team is down in the 4th quarter and it creates just a little bit of extra pressure, a little bit of underdog in them. You just can't manufacture. And the greatest teams, the greatest athletes, you always see them show up the biggest when the stakes are the highest. And so you don't want to do anything stupid and add all this debt to your business or hire someone who you have no work for them. But I do think there's something to be said about bringing someone on your team and having that force you to wake up every morning and say, what can I do to make sure that I can keep this person busy? That right there creates a little bit of that healthy pressure that you just can't manufacture. The other thing I want you to think about is hiring should always create leverage. Every new hire should do one of 2 things for the business: help generate new revenue or free up your time to go and create new revenue. So if you're scared to hire too early, it's probably because you're viewing hiring just as an expense, not as an investment in the business, which is what it should be. So as long as you're giving your new hire tasks that are going to help generate revenue or free up your time so you can strategically go generate that revenue, then you'll always have a positive ROI as long as you find the right person and train them properly. So your action item for the day, take a look at your schedule and see how close you are to that 80% capacity. If you don't have a live job posting, go post one. You can do it for free on Indeed. You can post it on social media. And when those people start filtering in, have that initial interview so you've got the pool of candidates to pick from when it's time to hire. And last, if you found this helpful, please go and hit that subscribe button. I'm always posting videos to help business owners grow and scale profitably. Good luck with your hiring, and we'll see you next time.